Urgent Steelers fan, look at what just happened. Nobody saw this coming, huh? But first, make sure to subscribe to the channel because we bring you daily videos with the latest your team news, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. Schefter hints at trade for Shedeur by Steelers. When Adam Schefter has a report to give, it usually means that the information is as sound as it comes. In the case of the Pittsburgh Steelers, the team seemingly has interest in one main quarterback in the 2025 draft, and he's arguably one of the better signal callers of the draft class. Speaking on his podcast Monday, Schefter detailed Pittsburgh's big plans at the quarterback position in the draft and their perceived interest in Colorado. Signal caller Shedeur Sanders. I was of the mind that Pittsburgh was not taking a quarterback in round one, Schefter said on his podcast. I think the only quarterback that they would consider, me reading between the lines, would be Shedeur, but I can't imagine he's gonna slide to 21. Would Pittsburgh be willing to trade up to a certain point to go get Shedeur Sanders if he gets past those other spots? If the Browns don't take Shedeur Sanders at 2, and if the Giants don't take Shedeur Sanders at 3, and that is the feel that I'm getting recently, where is Shedeur Sanders going? Sanders has always claimed to want to go to a place that would be a good fit for him. In the case of the Steelers, while the team has struggled to find the future quarterback they can trust, there should be some comfort that the team would provide Sanders with a quality offensive philosophy for him, so long as the Colorado Star finds a way to get to them in the draft at least. Pausing this news just to say that if you want YouTube to keep recommending the latest the black and gold news to you, it's very important that you leave a like on this video. Thanks. Now let's get back to the news. Ian Rappaport sends strong message. About Aaron Rodgers, future amid retirement rumors quarterback Aaron Rodgers has yet to sign with the Steelers, which may be making some Pittsburgh fans a little antsy. Other QB-needy teams have already passed on Rodgers. The New York Giants signed QBs Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston in free agency. The Minnesota Vikings, meanwhile, are set to roll with QB J.J. McCarthy. With Rodgers running out of suitors, why hasn't he signed with Pittsburgh? Is the 41-year-old considering retiring? It sounds like that's not the case. On a Monday episode of Good Morning Football, NFL media insider Ian Rappaport indicated contract negotiations are taking longer than Pittsburgh expected, but Rodgers still wants to play in 2025. From GMFB as we wait for Aaron Rodgers. What's the latest? Pick. Twitter. CompTFCHO69OS Ian Rappaport Rap Sheet April 7, 2025. It seems like Pittsburgh is the most likely place for Rodgers, by far, Rappaport said. Meanwhile, the specter of possible retirement, doesn't seem likely, Rappaport added. Steelers owner Art Rooney II may grow impatient if he doesn't hear from Rodgers soon. The team probably wants to know his plans to determine whether it should take a QB in the 2025 NFL Draft, scheduled for April 24-26 in Green Bay, assuming the Steelers land the 4-time MVP that would upgrade their QB room. This offseason, the Steelers reunited with QB Mason Rudolph after he spent one season with the Tennessee Titans. The Oklahoma State product has a .981 starting record in the regular season in 6 seasons. The only other active QB on the Steelers roster is Skylar Thompson, who had a 12 starting record in 2 seasons with the Miami Dolphins. Rodgers went 5-12 in 17 starts with the New York Jets in 2024, but is still among the greatest QBs in league history. In 20 seasons, he has won a Super Bowl and earned 4 first-team All-Pro selections. Steelers make signing, but it's not Aaron Rodgers. So all the rumors of Rodgers signing with the Steelers fell flat for now. After all the hype surrounding their seemingly imminent signing of Aaron Rodgers, the Pittsburgh Steelers signed someone, but it wasn't the former New York Jets quarterback. On Monday, the Steelers surprised most by resigning offensive lineman Calvin Anderson to a 2-year contract per around the NFL. Anderson has been in the NFL since 2019, playing for the New England Patriots, New York Jets, and Denver Broncos. He was first drafted by the Patriots in 2019 before being waived that same year. In 2023, Anderson signed a 2-year contract with the Patriots. He has played in 50 career games and started in 14. The Steelers' decision to sign Anderson comes after a whirlwind of rumors surrounding the potential signing of Rodgers as the starting quarterback. Rodgers has been a free agent since last season when he left the New York Jets. Since then, the Steelers have been pressing nonstop to snatch him up. Steelers owner Art Rooney II hinted Rodgers' signing was imminent this past week. Some even claimed that the Steelers were inviting ESPN's Pat McAfee to the official signing, as Rodgers is a frequent guest on the Pat McAfee Show. Why did the Steelers resign Calvin Anderson? Pittsburgh's decision to resign Anderson was to continue, adding depth to their offensive tackle position, especially after Dan Moore Jr. left for free agency and Troy Fautanu suffered a season-ending injury last season. When Fautanu dislocated his kneecap, Anderson joined the Steelers to fill the void. Anderson played only 4 games before being sidelined with a groin injury. He came back for the NFL wildcard game against the Baltimore Ravens. Anderson played 29 snaps in place of the injured Mason McCormick, and the Steelers lost 28-14. Despite his back-and-forth journey with injuries, Anderson does bring experience and familiarity to the Steelers organization. Conversely, Rodgers, despite his high-profile name and long-standing career, won't be as familiar under the system run by coach Mike Tomlin. The Steelers still have a chance to sign Rodgers. Out of all the teams, the Steelers are the most likely to sign the former Jets passer, with the Minnesota Vikings being the second most likely option. Steelers trade with Eagles for QB would be draft fit. When the Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl in 2018, the team did not draft a player with the 32nd overall pick. Instead, they traded the pick to the Baltimore Ravens, who used the selection to take future league MVP Lamar Jackson. Now, as the Eagles prepare for another pick at 32, could the team look to make another deal with an AFC North team? The Pittsburgh Steelers make a lot of sense there if so. Pittsburgh is in need of a quarterback, whether they choose to move forward with Aaron Rodgers as their starting quarterback or not. While the team could choose to target a player like Jackson Dart with the 21st overall pick, the expectation is that won't be happening. A trade-up back into the first round for Alabama star Jalen Milroe, though, may be a different story. Milroe has drawn interest from the Steelers, with head coach Mike Tomlin even meeting with the signal caller during the pre-draft process. If Pittsburgh falls in love with Milroe, the team should do everything they can to figure out a way to get him, even if it means trading up in the first round again to make a second pick. Back in 2020, the Steelers had interest in Jalen Hurts, the perfect comp for Milroe. Instead, he was taken by the Eagles. Pittsburgh can correct that decision with a Milroe selection, even if it means moving forward and trading up again. Report. Aaron Rodgers should get NY Jets WR to follow him to join Pittsburgh Steelers. Aaron Rodgers has left the New York Jets, and one of his former teammates may soon follow suit. According to ESPN's Rich Cimini, wide receiver Rodgers Lazard may simply get up and leave the Jets to follow Rodgers to whichever team the veteran quarterback chooses. Rodgers and Lazard have played several seasons together during their time in the Green Bay Packers. The two talented players share a pretty sweet rhythm, which might be a main factor as to why Lazard may leave the Jets after signing a 4-year deal with the team back in 2023. Aaron Rodgers has definitely not made up his mind about which team he will be playing for in the 2025 NFL season. The Pittsburgh Steelers are or were surely interested in Rodgers, but the 42-year-old quarterback has been delaying his decision. At the same time, there were rumors going around that Rodgers is keeping his fingers crossed that the Minnesota Vikings will have a deal for him. There are also reports going around that the former New York Jets quarterback will actually end up retiring from the game, since he has not announced his commitment to any particular team. The 2025 NFL Draft is also fast approaching, and the quarterback needs to make a decision soon. Aaron Rodgers may go overlooked as Pittsburgh Steelers eye Shedeur. Sanders' Aaron Rodgers may not have a team after him any longer, as the Pittsburgh Steelers are reportedly seeking to trade Shedeur Sanders as per recent rumors. The Pittsburgh Steelers have been quite patient in their wait for Aaron Rodgers to make a decision. However, the team seems to have finally gotten tired of waiting and is looking at other options. Shedeur Sanders, who last played for the Colorado Buffaloes, is being sought out by numerous teams and will be a major attraction in the 2025 NFL Draft. In his senior year with the Buffaloes, Sanders managed a total of 4,134 passing yards, scoring 37 touchdowns along with 10 interceptions. While Aaron Rodgers definitely has a remarkable reputation following him, the 42-year-old quarterback has not been able to put up many impressive performances in the past season. Still, Rodgers is one of the most popular names in the league today, even though he is in his senior years. In the 2024 NFL season, Rodgers managed a total of 3,197 passing yards, scoring 28 touchdowns along with 11 interceptions for the New York Jets. Schieffer hints at trade for Shedeur by Steelers. When Adam Schefter has a report to give, it usually means that the information is as sound as it comes. In the case of the Pittsburgh Steelers, the team seemingly has interest in one main quarterback in the 2025 draft, and he's arguably one of the better signal callers of the draft class. Speaking on his podcast Monday, Schefter detailed Pittsburgh's big plans at the quarterback position in the draft and their perceived interest in Colorado signal caller Shedeur Sanders. "I was of the mind that Pittsburgh was not taking a quarterback in round one," Schefter said on his podcast. "I think the only quarterback that they would consider, me reading between the lines, would be Shedeur, but I can't imagine he's going to slide to 21. Would Pittsburgh be willing to trade up to a certain point to go get Shedeur Sanders if he gets past those other spots? If the Browns don't take Shedeur Sanders at 2, and if the Giants don't take Shedeur Sanders at 3, and that is the feel that I'm getting recently, where is Shedeur Sanders going?" Sanders has always claimed to want to go to a place that would be a good fit for him. In the case of the Steelers, while the team has struggled to find the future quarterback they can trust, there should be some comfort that the team would provide Sanders with a quality offensive philosophy for him, so long as the Colorado Star finds a way to get to them in the draft at least. And now, Steelers fan, I want to hear from you. What's your opinion on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I don't know if you know this, but your opinion matters a lot for the Black and Gold. I'll be back any moment with more Steeler Nation news. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go.